what you see. Be like a battery. I'm staying charged on my feet. I'm like a factory. Dropping lines like an assembly. I'm staying on point. It's my strategy. Feel like they're tracking me. Yo, let me get on.
Hey, what's going on, guys? This is ZukaTube. All right, so I just did a very angry review about a movie I just watched called The Unthinkable. Definitely check that review out. But today I want to go in again now, but with a good review of Superman and Lois, episode 6. Superman and Lois is back. Super fucking amped, man. This is awesome. I love this show. I know I'm like overly excited about it, but like I really love this show. It's so much fun, and they do a really good job with this. I'm gonna play a trailer for this episode. I'm gonna go into a little bit of an overview of some things, and then I'm gonna get into spoilers. But I'll do the spoilers at the end after I review the episode and do the little overview here. But let's get right into this trailer, right?
I don't think I've ever been as scared as I was tonight. I think someone's trying to kill Dad.
If it wasn't for the boys, you might have died tonight.
Man. Oh, shit.
Sounds like you're on the mend.
I got lucky.
With everything this family is facing, we can't rely on luck.
Those Metropolis guys made my life hell.
Oh, them
Let me shut
about to fight, about to break out.
Do you understand how dangerous this could be? That anger you felt,
Damn,
I
look at
have
that
those
shot.
feelings too. But I keep them in check.
Superman's crushing
I'm
it.
not you. You get to grow up and you
Clearly
get to be
tell how
Superman.
much better
Who am
the
I?
effects are.
He's not ready for this. Things are different now.
The world's about to be destroyed unless I save it. Metropolis will be the
Captain
first
Luther
city.
from the other world.
I was 1 second away from being dead.
Get out of here!
I just wanted to go back to normal.
All right, so there was the trailer. That's a great trailer. I mean, all of their trailers have been pretty good for this show, along with every episode of this show has been the most solid thing CW has to offer. And I feel like they really are doing a disservice by not have waiting to put this show out and by giving it that little break, because right away they dropped 250,000 viewers because of that break on this episode. Which I'm a little bit bummed about, but I'm hoping they, you know, the viewers keep piling in and this show keeps getting pushed forward, because it is really, really good, especially in comparison to what else is on right now for CW. Okay, so let me get into this episode, right? This is episode 6. It's called Broken Trust, right? And it starts, you know, where we left off with Tag and Jordan and stuff like that. And basically what's happening is Jordan's powers are evolving. Like, you know, and at the same time that's happening, you know, they are getting into the football thing, and the brother and him are having these issues in school and even with each other, and trying to, you know, get along with their parents on the issue, and then as well as kind of clashing with them because of the whole situation of them trying to restrict him because of his abilities and stuff like that. But obviously it's basically trying to, you know, lower the tension and lower potential fallout if something bad happens. I mean, this kid is a time bomb at this point, depending on what happens to him, right? You know, you see Lois and Captain Luther are kind of investigating the mines right now. You see that the the Cushing family is kind of not on that end of things. They really like Morgan Edge, and they're trying to push for him to be a more prominent figure in the community, as well as just overall, you know, wanting to continue to do better at their job with Morgan Edge, to impress him, to anything, you know. And you do get to see a lot of interesting confrontation happen with that, with Lois, you know, especially because she tries to talk to them about this, and she tries to be like, look, dude, this is sketchy, man, you know. And you start to get into other things as well, you know. It goes back to Jordan being a little whiny bitch all the time. And Jonathan obviously is MVP, and he's definitely helping him get over some of his issues and kind of, you know, just mediate a little bit. And it's really good to see. He's a really upstanding character in this show. And Clark is obviously trying to help them as well, and he's trying to be a good dad and understand, you know, what's happening and try to prevent these things from happening. And obviously it does cause him some problems, as well as the issues that are going on, like with the students, like this Tag kid, you know what I mean? And obviously Lois's father is not fond of that situation, and he wants that kid out, you know what I mean? Especially, and he's obviously skeptical now of Clark because of what Captain Luther had done, you know, and showed him. So that's unfolding as well. You get to see they get to play a football game with Metropolis. So you get to see that. You get to see a little bit of Jordan and his situations with his powers. I mean, nothing really crazy happens at the actual game itself. I mean, I will get into that in the spoilers for sure. But it's really cool. There's a bunch of stuff going back and forth at the same time right now with all these different characters. You know, obviously Lois isn't really aware of what Lex is yet, but is aware more of what Morgan Edge is doing, you know, not to the extent that you start to find out later in the show. But that's pretty interesting. Clark kind of has a little separated from that because of these mines being like laced with lead and, you know, potential kryptonite and stuff like that. He really doesn't go, but he's more focusing on the issues with Tag and with the kids and with the game. So that's really where he comes into play most of the show on that one. And obviously he does some really great stuff as well. I mean, he stops a train from derailing. He does some really awesome stuff. And the effects in this show are top notch in comparison to what the rest of the CW has to offer, except for obviously Stargirl was fairly good, but Stargirl also was DC Universe too. So there's that as well. But, you know, you get to see a lot of major thing. There's so much to talk about in this, and I really don't want to spoil too much about it. You really got to check this episode out and just take it all in for what it is, because it's great. And I would give this episode a solid 8 out of 10. It's really good, and it's really great to see the development of Jordan. I want to see more development with Jonathan potentially. I want to see if he develop some powers or something, or just anything for him, because I feel bad, honestly. Like, I really want him to be a more prominent character, and that really gets something good handed his way after just being kind of just dirt kicked in his face all the time. It's just such a bummer, man. And it's really great to see how Clark handles these situations with these kids, because obviously he's been through similar situations, but at the same time, this is new. You know, because one kid isn't powered, one kid is powered, and he is the most powerful person in existence here on the earth, basically, you know? So it's really great. They handle it really well. The family dynamic is fantastic. You got to watch this. But right now, I'm going to get into some spoilers, because I just want to kind of give you a big overview of everything that happened and talk about. Like, I wrote a big, long summary of everything, and I just want to read through it, and I don't want to spoil too much early on. So now, let's get to the spoiler alert. Spoilers. So many spoilers. All right, so let's get that Superman and Lois banner back up. Now, this starts out, you know, with Tag was attacking Jordan, right? He derails a train. Superman swoops in, saves the day. You know, you see Jordan's powers are evolving. Lois wants to investigate the mines. Lois is speculating that Morgan Edge is the man in the suit and not Lex Luthor. But, you know, that obviously is going to change. Morgan Edge is putting people to work in the mines, so that's definitely something big that, you know, it gives the citizens, I guess, a reason to side more with him and to be a little more skeptical of Lois, too, as well, plus Morgan Edge's whole goal of mining. But, you know, you get Lois and Captain Luther floating around, kind of spying on the situation. Lana gets a promotion. Her husband wants to help the community more and more and is a super fan of Morgan Edge. You know, Jordan's hearing has been coming in, and the school bell triggers him and his eyes, and Jonathan swoops in and kind of calms things down. But, you know, like I said earlier, Jordan is a whiny bitch. Jonathan is still MVP, you know, no matter what to me. Lois goes to the Cushings to talk to Lana and Kyle about Morgan Edge on the mine and his illegal activities. Kyle doesn't buy it, you know, and kind of freaks out a little bit. You know, he's the #1 fan of Morgan Edge, like I said, so it's like, it's ridiculous. But I get it. I totally get it. You know, this dude comes in, he's providing jobs, and here's Lois coming from the city talking all this shit, and he's like, dude, save it, man. We all need to make a living, kind of deal, right? General Lane, well, actually, before that, you know, Clark brings the kids back to the bar and helps them train and stuff like that. Then General Lane calls him and reports about Tag being in Metropolis, right? Sarah offers to babysit, and then all of a sudden, boom, Tag shows up. So curveball there, guys. You know, they have the football game in Smallville. Jordan tackles the one kid, is kind of flexing on him. Then they pile up on Jordan, and he holds back, but Clark runs in and has to have him let his heat vision out into his hand, which definitely hurts him. And it's kind of an emotional scene the way it plays out. But it's really cool, and I didn't think they would do something like that. Clark has a talk with the kids, you know, and Jordan just feels like he's being punished, dude. Like, you know, what, like any kid would. But obviously Clark's like, no. Like, are you stupid? Like, you're going to kill somebody out there. But, you know, Sarah gets knocked out by Tag, and then he takes her away and, like, explains himself to Sarah, and like you see his melted ass pile of shoes, because obviously my man is running fast, like crazy fast type deal. And so that's cool that they kind of throw that in there, and they start to explain a lot of stuff with that, you know, with little by little. They're really going in depth with all these situations. Tag shows Sarah the clip of the bonfire to like kind of be suspicious of Jordan. And Superman swoops in, but then so does General Lane's men, just like they said, you know, the whole plan. And Superman has to shield them from bullets, because they start shooting at dude. But then they shoot kryptonite bullets at Superman. And I'm like, damn, man. But I guess they were like, maybe just coded, like kryptonite plated or something, because they hit him and they kind of start to go in, but they don't really get him. And my man rips them things out and just roars like a beast, and just is like, stand down. And you see that evil, crazy side of him that you're like, fuck, man, he's gonna mess people up. But he holds back, you know, he does his thing. And the kids, you know, they don't listen to their dad, typical bullshit, and they go to Metropolis, and the other team arrives. Go figure, right? Jonathan blocks Jordan's punch to the kid, but like it looks like it's at super speed, like Jonathan's actually like developing some powers or some shit, and blocks it, and it breaks his fucking arm. Which I guess then right away like changes their mind about the potential of that ever being a thing, I guess, at that moment, right? Captain Luthor, right, shows up at the Kent farm and brings Lois to the mine like in disguises, and Morgan Edge's lady comes in and like goes to laser eye him, but like Luthor shoots a laser at the broad. Like, are you kidding me, dude? You know, and Lois is super like, yo, you are so sus, my dude. What is going on? Like, super sus. And the Cushing family decides that they're going to help Lois on the low. Well, at least Lana does. I don't know if Kyle's going to, or how that's going to go. But then you see after that, you know, Jordan, he's upset. And he kind of has like a weird, crazy mutant seizure happen, like in front of his parents. And then Superman has to go and carry him off and all that. So this episode is gnarly. And I don't really know what they're going to do about that, because it's almost like he's imploding with heat vision on the inside of his eyes. Like, it's really nuts the way they handle that. And he just runs off with him. Like, panics. I'm sure he's never had a moment where he's pouring heat vision through his damn eye sockets and like into his cheeks and in his, like, looks like in his ears and stuff. Man, like, this is just gnarly stuff. And this show delivers so hard. I suggest anybody who gets an opportunity, check this show out. I know I went right to spoilers right away, because like I'm so excited to talk about the stuff in this show. But do me a favor, check it out. Let me know what you think of the episode, you know, and man, I just can't wait till next Tuesday to get the next one. I guess see you guys next Tuesday, right? See you next Tuesday. That joke / insult thing. But either way, I got way more videos I'm going to do before that. So we're going to get to it. And hopefully they'll give us a new teaser for the next week's episode that maybe I might break that down if it looks juicy enough. And hopefully I'll have some more shows to get into soon as well, because I just kind of finished quite a few shows in the past few weeks now, or that are on the hiatus until the next season or whatever. But I'm also wondering what's going to happen with this show if, let's say, it keeps falling viewers. I mean, let's face it. Batwoman's got like the worst viewership in CW history right now, and that keeps getting, it got a new season, and it had garbage ratings. But so I got hope for this show, for sure. Either way, I was excited to bring this up, especially after that shit review of The Unthinkable. Once again, check that one out. I was so mad, dude, like so mad. It's definitely false advertisement, that movie, and it's worth at least watching my explanation for how much bullshit they feed you in this. But check it out. Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that jazz. And Zuka 2.
Like a battery. I'm staying charged on my feet. I'm like a factory. Dropping lines like an assembly. I'm staying on point. It's my strategy. Feel like they tracking me. Yo, let me get on one. Nah, go get your tracks up. Homie, can I steal some? Homie, you can't stack up. My brother, can you shout me? You're barking up the wrong tree. My dog, why do you doubt me? Cause you can't do shit without me.
Real like the radio and never play it, but that's cool. The enemy's supposed to hate it.